To Pokemon Payday, episode 4?
4, yeah.
4.
Episode 4.
I'm Tom.
I'm Matt.
We've got a special guest star today for our episode, our first ever guest.
Woo.
We've got my buddy, MeserEngine.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Meser, or should we call you Tanner? Or,
you can
what would you prefer?
You can call me Tanner. That's fine.
Tanner? Alright, cool.
Awesome.
We'll stick to Tanner. That's fine by me. I mean, that's so weird because I've always known you as MeserEngine, so I mean, like, I just call you Mess all the time.
No, that totally works when in Rome, right? You guys go by first names. I'm fine going by first name here.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
So, Tanner's from Blastburn Radio, which I just mentioned. A Pokemon podcast that I think's it's gone pretty big recently, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've been on the air, so to speak, for over a year now. We're fully supported on Patreon at the moment, and the community's really grown. We're producing the main show, Blastburn Radio Adventures, and the UPPL podcast every month. So we put out like 5 episodes in total a month, sometimes 6 if there's a bonus.
So busy.
Wow,
that's so much.
Be like quite a lot to keep going.
Yeah, we picked this podcast because it was like we could do 1 a month if we wanted to, or we could do 2, 3. Like we could kind of just pick how much we wanted to do, but like 1 was like the lowest we could do.
It's difficult to find time, so like 5 or 6 must be like hard to cram in.
It's bananas, guys. I can't even tell you. But it's fun.
And not to mention the fact that you do streaming every week as well.
Yeah, well, we got to have those good authenticity records for Nuzlocke, so got to do it.
Yes.
Really fun time.
That must be hard work, right? I mean, having to sit down every week and do that, especially at the moment, because I know you're not loving Black and White, right?
Yeah, I mean, that series is just about ended. We finished up our finale streams this weekend. So great. The finale recording of the podcast for Season 5 will be, as of this recording, this Saturday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good. I mean, don't spoil anything for me, though. I don't want to know anything yet.
I won't tell you. We are on to Heart Gold Soul Silver next, though, so look forward to some Johto action.
I'm going to have to try and play along with you this time. I always try, and then I fail about 2 weeks in, and then because I'm so shitty at Nuzlocke, and then I'm just like, for God's sake, all right, I'm just going to sit and listen. But I love that game, so, I mean...
It's good.
Heart Gold Soul Silver is so good. Johto as a region is so good. I'm really pumped to return after we did. Oh my goodness, Heart Gold Soul Silver. Regular Gold and Silver was almost like a year ago now, or a little more.
Sure, yeah.
So it's nice to return to Johto a year later and get to go through that really great storyline and visit both Johto and Kanto. We're doing both sides again, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, last time I only made it about 2 weeks in, so I'm definitely going to have another try with Pair Time the Chikorita.
Pair Time!
Pair Time! I love it. It's the best. So I'm looking forward to trying that again.
Thank you for having me on, you guys. I'm real pumped.
No, thank you so much. I mean, we definitely wanted to have one of the guys from Blastburn as our first guest because, you know, how much... You know, we've got quite a good connection, I think, myself and Blastburn, because I was your first email, was I? I don't know. I think I was.
You were like one of the first, if not the first. I remember you kind of stumbled into my stream on a Sunday night because I stream earlier than everybody else because it's Sunday.
Yeah.
So you were able to catch like the tail end.
I mean, it's still so hard to do now, but every now and then, if I happen to be awake and you're streaming, I'll stop in. But it's been a while now. Yeah. So, I mean, I had to get you guys on at some point.
No, we totally appreciate it.
So, I wanted to ask you a challenge, kind of. I want you to explain your show, but as if you were explaining it to your mum or your friend's mums, or somebody that has no idea about Pokemon. If someone was to ask you what your show was about, how would you describe it to them?
Oh man, that's actually really hard, and not maybe for the reason that you think. Like, Pokemon is such a phenomenon, like worldwide, that even if you don't play Pokemon, like my parents don't play Pokemon, they still know what Pokemon is.
It's hard to find someone that doesn't know what Pokemon is.
Like, so that challenge is hard from trying to explain what Pokemon is to somebody. So if I were to do that, I think what I would tell folks is that myself and my two co-hosts play a game in segments, a game called Pokemon, one of the many variations. We cut the game up into sections, and we do so with a very challenging rule set that's self-imposed just for the hard mode funds, and we utilize a point system to determine how well each host thrives under those conditions. And then at the end of the 8 or 10 or 12 or however many sections we have, we count up the points and we declare a winner. You don't need to know anything about Pokemon to know how that works. Like, we have a scoring sheet. You get points for doing things. You lose points for doing bad things. And we figure out who is the winner. It just happens to involve small, adorable killer monsters.
I think that's really well explained.
That is pretty good, actually.
That's a very good answer.
Put better than I probably would have put it. I mean, yeah. I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
Score!
Wow. You got 10 points. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a little game we could play.
Sure.
It's Pokemon 20 questions.
Oh,
so
oh boy.
Matt doesn't know who this Pokemon is either, and I kind of want you two to work together, try and work out what Pokemon I'm thinking of.
Oh, this is going to be awful. I hate this. Let's do it.
You guys have got 20 questions to try and work it out. I can keep track. You can use browsers, you can use stuff if you want to make your life easier. I know Matt is already grabbing his phone and getting out the internet. So.
No, it's last time.
We
wasted so many questions. Right, let's jump into it.
You want to do it?
Yeah, I need to get my Siri Pokedex up. Just be like,
Yes.
Siri, what Pokemon is Tom thinking of? But I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Okay.
Cool. So you guys can start whenever you're ready. And
I'll let you have the first question then.
Ooh.
I'm thinking about it. Are we allowed to ask each other questions before we ask you an official question?
Yeah. You guys can do whatever you like. You can talk as if I'm not here.
Let's do that.
Okay. So do we want to narrow... I think we should narrow this down by region, potentially, or try to.
That's a good move.
To limit the Pokedex that we're working with.
That's a very good move.
So, which region do we want to ask about? That's the question.
I don't know. I think we should start with the first.
Okay, all right.
Work our way up.
Tom, official question.
Questionable.
Is it a Pokemon that resides in Kanto in the original Red, Blue, Yellow?
No, it is not.
Oh.
That's one question down.
One question down. Right, okay. Are we still going to stick with this region?
Well, we just eliminated 150 Pokemon off the list with one question.
I think we should carry on with this. Right.
You want to go in numerical release order here?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the next one. Right, official question, Tom.
Okay, question 2.
Is it a Pokemon that resides in Johto?
No.
No.
All right,
okay.
We're just going to keep on going. If it's in freaking Alola, we wasted a lot of questions. Is it a Pokemon that resides in Hoenn from Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald?
No, it is not.
Oh. Well. Is it a Pokemon that resides in the Sinnoh region?
No.
For goodness sake.
Well, wow. The good news... Here's the good news. So, We probably should have been phrasing our question slightly different, but that's okay.
Yeah.
If it's not a Unova Pokemon, that just eliminates a crap ton off the list because Unova has all unique Mon. Is it a Pokemon that resides in Unova?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so you've done 5 questions so far. You've got 15 to go, but you know it's a Pokemon from Unova.
Oh, right.
All right.
I feel like, I don't know, because the last time I did this, I wasted loads of questions, but I feel like we should try and like determine its type.
Here's a good question. We should ask if it is a single type or a monotype or a dual type Pokemon.
Yes.
That'll split the list.
Yeah, we'll go for that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a dual type Pokemon, Tom?
No, it isn't.
So it's a single type, right? Okay.
That eliminates so many Pokemon as well.
So it's a single type Pokemon.
Alright. I got my good old Unova Dex up.
Do you have like an app or do you just use the internet?
I'm just utilizing the interwebs at the moment.
The interwebs. I like it. Right.
I don't know how many monotype Pokemon there are in Unova. There's probably not that many, right?
Let's find out. I wish I could just like check a box and like eliminate a bunch of stuff.
That would definitely make things so much easier.
Yeah, it has like a fair amount because it's got stuff like the elemental monkeys.
Oh god, yeah.
Like in the stuff like that. Most of the fighting types are straight on fighting types.
Oh, it's probably the worst region for monotype Pokemon, actually. Now I'm looking at the list.
Yeah, I've just got a list up in front of us.
Yeah, Bulbapedia is trying to like murder my computer with advertisements right now.
Oh yeah, it'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, so strategy talk. We now know where it is. We know that it is not a dual type Pokemon. Do we start phoning in on the individual types now? Because even though there are a lot of monotype Pokemon, there are not a lot of monotype Pokemon that are of the same typing, right?
Yeah, I feel like this is a good selection, I guess. But then the last time I did this, I wasted so many questions. So I need to think of a smarter way of doing this. Potentially.
I'm trying not to make your life too much easier, but I remember last time we did this, I said to you should look at what the Pokemon are weak to or what they're strong against rather than just picking out one type at a time. Like, try and isolate a couple. But that's the only help I'm giving you, because nope.
Let's see. What are the biggest groups that we can eliminate in chunks that have single type here in Unova?
Quite a few, actually. God damn it.
So, Psychic has a big representation.
Yeah, Psychic's quite a big chunk.
Grass has a good representation. Fighting has good representation. Let's start with those big chunks.
Yeah, let's do that then. Let's whittle away at those ones.
Tom, is it a grass type Pokemon?
No, it isn't. Nope.
Okay.
Darn it. Tom, is it a psychic type Pokemon?
No.
Ah.
You guys are doing pretty good so far, though.
But they got another big chunk out of there.
I think you'll get it. You've still got like 10 questions to go.
That's not bad.
11? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 8th question I'm making.
Oh, wow, you got 12 to go, yeah.
Got 12 to go. Is it a fighting type Pokemon?
No, it isn't. No.
Ooh. Wow.
Can't be many left now.
No. What other one did we say we were going to go for?
Well, I'm making an elimination list here. So Grass is gone, Psychic's gone.
Fighting's gone.
Fighting is gone. And we know it is a monotype Pokemon. And it is from Unova. Let's see. Who else has chunks of stuff in here?
Fair few normal types.
Yeah, there's always a bunch of normal types there. There's a bunch of electric types.
Yeah, that's true.
Tom, is it an electric Pokemon?
No, it's not electric.
Darn it.
That was the 10th question. We have 10 more to go.
Cool.
Tom, is
Halfway.
it a normal type?
No.
I think we might be able to get through all the typings and still have two questions left.
That's what usually happens when we play this game,
yeah,
isn't it?
that's what I usually do. Right, okay.
Hold on. Let me think about something. So Grass is gone. Psychic's gone. Fighting's gone. Electric's gone. Normal's gone. Let's make a list of what that leaves for us. So Grass is gone. So that leaves us with Fire, Water, Dark,
Yeah.
Rock,
Ice.
Ice, Ground, Flying, Dragon, and Steel, and Ghost.
And Ghost. Still a fair few.
More than I thought there was,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
Don't
so
really tend to take into consideration how many there are.
let's see if we can overlap some of these remaining typings with determining what's super effective against it, because it's monotype, so we don't have to that gives us a direct allegory. It's not like it's water ground, you know what I mean? Where water ground's a bad example because it'd only be grass that was super effective against it. So what in here is rock and ground both take super effective damage from water. Fire takes super effective damage from water. Is the Pokemon we're looking for, does it take super effective damage from water?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
All right,
Gets rid of
Fire's
3.
gone, rock's gone, ground's gone.
That's a very good question.
That's what I was trying to get you to do. Yeah.
That's very good. Right.
So at this point, that leaves us with Water, Dark, Ice, Flying, Dragon, and Steel. Ice is super effective against Flying and Dragon, so that'll eliminate 2 with 1 question.
Yeah, let's do that one then.
All right,
Is it super effective?
you go ahead. I've been asking lots of questions.
Yeah, so, is it super effective against ice? Vice versa?
Well, that's an important distinction. We want to ask: does the Pokemon take super effective damage from ice?
Does it take super effective damage from ice?
No, it doesn't.
No. Right, so that's 2 more.
So that leaves us just with Water, Dark, Ice, and Steel, and leaves us with 7 questions to go.
That's right, yeah.
Right.
All right. Here's a good one. Let me just verify on my type chart to make sure I haven't lost my mind.
Yeah.
Because I think Dark, Ice, and Steel all take super effective damage from fighting.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. So, does the Pokemon you're thinking of take super effective damage from fighting?
Yes, it does.
Right.
Okay.
We're down to 3.
Alright.
That's the types, though. Then you gotta get the Pokemon.
Yeah, some of these have real small groups, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Especially since we know it's monotype. Hold on. Let's look at what these types have for monotype representation. So, Dark has Purloin and Lipard. Is there anything else that's mono dark? Zorua and Zoroark. I can never pronounce those right.
Yep.
So there's 4 there. And
That's for dark, yeah.
I'm just going to write those down on my note sheet so I don't have to scroll all over the place. 1. Lipard. We're gonna try to make the best value per question. That's the goal with our remaining 6 questions. Okay.
Matt's got his phone out and he's writing everything down with like his stylus pen on his phone.
Don't do this.
Normal ice types is
Ow.
also small. That's Cubchoo, Beartick, Cryogonal, and then the ice cream cone. So
And the ice cream cone, I like it.
Vanillite, Vanillish,
That's it, yeah.
and Vanillux.
Definitely the most underrated Pokemon ever. I love those guys. They're the best.
And then Mono Steel is what? Is it just Clink? Clink Clang and Clink Clang? I think so. It's one family is Mono Steel.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, from what I can see, it's just those 3.
Okay. So here is something that will eliminate half the list in one go.
Go for it.
Is the Pokemon an animal or based on an animal?
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. Ice cream cone gone. Clink Clang and Clink Clang gone. That leaves us with 6 possible Pokemon: Purloin, Lipard, the foxes, and Cubchoo and Beartick, and we have 5 questions remaining.
Oh,
And we 1, 2, 3. We can get it no matter what, because we could ask
you got this.
each one of these, and there's only 2 Pokemon in there, and that's a total of 5 questions, even if we get every single one wrong on the first go.
Brilliant.
So is it based off of a cat?
No, it isn't.
Right.
That's 2. Is it based off of a sneaky fox?
No, it's not.
All right. Is it based off of a bear?
Yes.
Is it a small bear with snot?
No, it isn't.
That would mean that your Pokemon has to be Beartick.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Brilliant.
Beartick.
Did it in 20. Exactly 20.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
That was very good. Like,
I thought Beartick was just random enough that it would just be hard to get, but
It's
I feel like that was difficult, but you asked some really good questions.
well, thank
I
you.
did not go into this much detail when I tried it. I was just kind of like, yeah, is it a ghost type? No. Is it an ice type? No. I didn't really think about it too much.
So the funniest thing about that selection is I love Beartick.
I thought I would pick something that you wouldn't. I don't know. It seemed relevant to you as well because of just your recent Nuzlocke history and your last record. And I just thought I'd pick something that you wouldn't. I don't know that you would struggle, but would still be kind of relevant at this point.
I was. I didn't get a chance to reply this morning because I was at work. But Ash from the Safari Zone podcast posted on Twitter this morning about what Pokemon do you really like that isn't really that good. And my reply that I didn't get to send, I was looking for a good GIF of Beartick, is Beartick. Because, like, Beartick can be really good in the rain because it gets Swift Swim. But realistically, when it appears in Gen 5, it hits real hard, but it's real slow. And it doesn't get a priority move in Aqua Jet until Black and White 2. And I love that good bear boy. He's got a big ice beard. And I love it so much. I don't want to spoil anything for Tom, but I ended up using one before the end of the series.
Oh, wow.
So it's really funny that you mentioned that because I made that decision this week.
That's even more relevant than ever then. I love it.
That's really cool. That's worked out quite well.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. I'm glad I picked it now then. I really did. I picked one of your favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's like one of my favorites from Unova. Like, it's not a fantastic mon. It's got situational uses, but there's just something about the aesthetic design of an angry polar bear with a giant icicle beard that makes me real jazzed. And yeah, he's just a good boy.
How'd you feel about the snotty babies that came before it, though? I don't know how I feel about Cubchoo. I mean,
well, I figured that's how he gets the icicle beard, right? It just kind of drips into his fur, and he grows up, and it freezes.
So that would make it like a snot beard.
Snotty ice beard.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like that.
You now have new context for that Pokemon that you can't unhear.
Ooh, yeah, I can't unsee things now.
No, this. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Amazing. Okay, so I got a little quiz that both Matt and I took on the podcast in episode 1 or episode 2.
I can't remember.
Based on the game Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Yeah. Have you ever played those games before?
I haven't, but I have watched Jolly play it.
I haven't really played them because I bought this game and I didn't really enjoy it, so I just kept it as like the interview game. So like,
to be fair, it's quite cool. I like this.
Okay, so this game, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, it asks you a series of questions at the beginning of the game. That it's like a personality test that picks you your Pokemon soulmate and your counterpart.
Oh boy!
So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you have to answer with an honest heart, it says, and awaken the true Pokemon form that slumbers within you.
Oh man, I'm going to go into a Pokemon world and just communicate real poorly.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you some questions, I'll give you the responses, and then, you tell me what you want to say and I'll answer them for you.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, so question number 1. A new student transfers into your class. What do you do? Offer to show them around the school, or wait to see what kind of person they are?
I wait to see what kind of person they are.
Okay.
Okay, so disaster strikes. You've lost your wallet. Now what are you going to do? Calm down and retrace your steps, or tear the place apart in a frantic search?
Calm down and retrace my steps.
Okay.
Cool.
Next question, question 3. Everyone at school is talking about this great new book, but it's big and long. Of course you get it. They say it's great. Or you don't want to read anything that long.
No, of course I'd read it.
I love how they always assume you're in school as well.
I know.
I like it. It makes me feel young again.
Yeah. Once upon a time.
Okay, another school question.
Yeah. So halfway to school you realise you forgot something. You'll be late if you turn back. Do you hurry back to get it anyway? Or you can't be bothered to get it now?
I can't be bothered to get it now. I wish there was a clarification for like what it is, but there isn't. So just gotta go to school
Yeah.
Because, I don't like to be late. It inconveniences other people.
Yeah. All right, dinner time at last. You're starving and you can hardly think about anything else except the chance to eat. Do you wait until everyone else is ready to start, or do you just start eating as soon as you get your food?
I wait till everybody has their stuff.
Yeah, you're polite. You're not a savage. Okay, I like it.
Not a savage. Brilliant. Okay, you've been given a piece of blank drawing paper. You're asked to draw a picture of the ocean. What colour do you make it? Brilliant green with tropical colours, bright blue with crystal clear water, glimmering orange to reflect the sunset, or rich cobalt blue to show great depth?
I think the first one, the one with the green in it.
The green? Yeah,
Okay,
brilliant
the green. How many more questions? Oh, alright, vacation time at last. What kind of music fits your mood? Okay, so you have to pick between these 4. It doesn't matter if you don't like any of them, you have to pick one.
Alright,
Okay.
fair.
These are
Okay.
great.
So you got to get moving with some EDM. The freshest, latest rap to make my fingers snap. Oh, God.
Yes.
I'm in the mood to sing in a chorus with friends, or getting excited, time to samba. These are terrible choices.
These are terrible choices. What was the first one again?
EDM, electronic dance music.
Yeah, we'll do that. If
Sure,
I have to
okay.
choose between the 4, we'll go there.
Cool.
Okay, what would be the best word to describe your partner? Cool or cute?
Good Lord, where's intelligent? Cool, I guess.
Cool, yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so this is what it says about you. You know your place and don't overdo things, but you're really motivated. Everyone looks to you as an example. You may have many admirers. That serene, loving personality must belong to...
Oh, who are we gonna
Alright,
get
here we go. They're showing all the Pokemon. It's spinning around in a circle. And it's landing on... Cyndaquil!
Oh, sweet.
You are a Cyndaquil.
That's sweet fire ferret boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
ferret
one.
Boy.
Okay. Let's find out who your Pokemon partner is. It picks that one for you as well. Your Pokemon partner who will stick with you through thick and thin on this adventure is... Riolu!
Ooh.
That's a pretty good Pokemon.
Yeah,
I like it.
I can live with that.
Alright, that's a pretty good couple of Pokemon actually.
I can't remember what I got with mine, actually.
Me neither.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
It's been so long.
I think I instantly forgot about it the moment I found out. But
It's just quite fun to do.
how'd you feel? Cyndaquil and Riolu?
I'm feeling pretty good about that. I mean, let's be honest. Like, Cyndaquil's kind of a little shy guy, and he goes around doing stuff with, which actually, I'm an introvert. That kind of reflects me pretty well. And then Riolu's the little dude who follows me around when people try to take advantage of me because I'm too nice, and probably like punches them in the gut.
I like it.
I feel like the
great.
Riolu is like the kind of guy that will get you into a lot of trouble, but like you kind of have to like stick. I don't know. You're kind of stuck with this guy. He's like getting you into trouble, but you kind of
Keep him around
Well,
anyway.
that's how we balance each
Yeah.
other out. Like he wants to get scrappy, and I'm like, no, it's cool. It's cool. Let me take care of this. And when someone's like, "Hey, jerk, get out of my way," Riola's like, that's my friend right there.
Like me and you.
We're gonna fight, and he's not gonna stop me this time because you're mean.
It's a bit like me and you, Tom. Whereas I'm like the reality. It's just like getting a little bit scrappy. You're like, Matt, calm down.
yeah, I keep you in check, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I'm violent.
I just want to eat junk food and watch anime. And
just want to take it easy.
Okay, so I want to quickly talk about a couple of things that I've done. I've spent money on this month for Pokemon.
Sounds
I
good.
mean, actually, to be fair, I haven't spent any money this month. I think this is the first month I haven't spent any money, but because it was Christmas, I did get some Christmas presents.
Because of Christmas, yeah.
Did you guys get any good Christmas presents? Did you get Pokemon Christmas presents this year?
Only from you.
Did I get Pokemon Christmas
Yeah.
presents this year?
Did people?
I mean, I got Smash for me, so
I did too.
That was my gift to myself, and it has Pokemon in it.
I still haven't unlocked Incineroar yet. I really want Incineroar, but I'm just so bad at Smash. I'm really terrible at it, so I can't ever win.
He's a good fire dark boy.
We all watched it.
He's fun to play.
We watched Pokemon the movie I Choose You before we recorded this episode.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We were just watching Incineroar, just laughing at the weird belt that it shoots the fire out of, and the way it was kind of gyrating.
Yeah, it just sort of like thrusts the fire through a flamethrower. Like, Incineroar used flamethrower and thrusts it out. It's a bit strange.
It's weirdly sexual for that wrestle cat.
I'm gonna have to find this on like kind of clip or something.
Yeah, if you find a GIF of that, you need to
send it to me. I'll find it.
I'm gonna look one up right now.
I'm just gonna tweet it at Jolly, since that's like one of his favorite Pokemon.
I love Incineroar. I think it's so great, but I just it's such a weird thing that it does. Like the whole belt thing, I don't really understand who thought of that.
Someone in the animation department would be like, no, it's cool. Like, he's a dark wrestler. It'll be fine. And it just totally passed by everyone else, and then someone's watching it in post, and they're like, what is
who
this?
Did that?
Who did that? It's too late now.
So, my mum got me this Pokemon encyclopedia. It's apparently official, but I've never heard of it.
That's amazing.
I don't know. I think she probably just saw it in a shop or something, and she was like, "Yeah, that'll do." But it's all about the anime, so it's not actually about any of the Pokemon that I like. But it's kind of cool. They go through all the regions, like each region by region, and they talk about the people in it and the like scenery. It's kind of cool. Like they go into a lot of detail.
I found one. Sorry.
Oh, you found one. Oh wow! Okay, I like that. Okay, yeah. Can you send that to me, and I'll send that over to Mes?
Send that right away.
So I got a Pokemon encyclopedia. That's kind of cool, but it's all anime, so I don't really like it.
I think it's kind of cool.
It was nice.
Got a little Pikachu on the front.
Yeah, but that's part of the inside of the book as well. So you open it.
Look at that.
This is no good for you. But,
that's so cool.
Also, my girlfriend worked at McDonald's over Christmas.
Oh, I saw this.
So I know you guys had it not long ago, Tanner, but in McDonald's a few months ago you had Pokemon toys. I don't know if you...
I did not even realize I do not frequent the McDonald's as much as I did years ago. Like I'm headed towards my mid-30s, and I really got to be cognizant of my heart of hearts these days. So I'm just keeping that in the back of my head. But what cool toys did they have this time around?
Okay, so they had these legendary Pokemon toys that I can't remember which ones they had. They had quite a few there. They had Kyogre, Groudon, they had Latios and Latias, they had Reshiram, Zekrom. They had all sorts, loads of legendary Pokemon, and all of them came with a Pokemon card as well, and they were limited edition shiny Pokemon cards that were kind of cool.
That's absurd.
I didn't realise they came to the UK, but my girlfriend was working at McDonald's, and she, knowing that I like Pokemon as much as I do, decided to raid all the Happy Meal toys until she found one of every single of these limited edition Pokemon cards.
That's amazing.
And gave me them all. But what she did give me was all of the toys as well. So I've actually got 11 Kyogre toys at home right now and one Latias. There's none of the others. So
brilliant. So she raided all of those and just got like...
So if anyone wants a Kyogre toy, just hit me up on Twitter or hit up the show. Send me an email because I've got Kyogre toys coming out my ass right now.
I'll take one of you.
I would totally hit you up for
one.
Yeah,
I'll have one as well.
Overseas shipping's expensive.
Yeah, tell me about it. I've had to spend a lot of money lately on import charges because I bought a lot of stuff in America lately, and oh god,
I know it's so expensive.
God, but I wish I lived in the US.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I mean, it's a little chaotic here right now.
Yeah, it's kind of chaotic here. As well.
Yeah. Brexit's on the horizon, so
good old Brexit! Yay!
We might be coming up to live with you guys soon.
Yeah, I might just move over.
Well, if you end up over here across the pond and you're up in the frozen north where I am, you give me a ring.
Definitely.
Shall do.
So here's the Pokemon cards, Matt. I'm going to show you. Obviously, you can't see
God.
Tanner. I'm sorry, but I'll take a picture and I'll put them up on the Twitter or something.
I'll take a picture now.
They're really
I can't
great.
believe they actually come with Happy Meals.
Yeah, they look really nice as well. They're
That's
so
so
shiny. And I'm very lucky to have a girlfriend that worked in McDonald's over Christmas. They could sort this out because
I'm really annoyed because I've just started a new job like next to McDonald's.
and it's already too late. I think they're gone.
I know. I've been in there 3 times.
But the Eevee card is actually worth quite a lot of money, it seems, because apparently it has an ability that's about to rotate out of play, but because of McDonald's, it stays in play for another 3 years, but only the McDonald's exclusive. So there's like there's scalpers everywhere trying to get hold of McDonald's exclusive Eevee cards. So
you have one.
Yeah, but I kind of want to keep it because my girlfriend put so much effort into getting it for me. Like, I kind of think I should keep it.
It's one of those ones you just keep hold of.
Yeah, I might ask her to try and find more. But yeah, I'm thinking about like planting the Kyogre toys just in random little places. Like, I was going to bring one to your house today and put it in like the water tank of your toilet.
It would never be found. I don't ever get. In fact, no, I do go in there. Just put like those blue tablets in there, but I don't look in there. I just drop things in there.
I just thought it'd be hilarious.
I mean, feel free to plant one in the house.
Yeah, keep an eye out at some point.
I'm going to find random things, aren't
I? Yeah, maybe.
I kept finding those Santa hats everywhere.
Oh yeah, the Santa hats. They're all gone now, right?
I think so. I'm probably going to find them somewhere.
So as it's January, did you guys have any New Year's resolutions this year? It's really funny because, like, I know that Tom knows because he listens to the show, but like I do, we were talking all the podcasts that we do, the Challenge Accepted Media makes every month. I work full time, and then I own my own company. Like on top of that I have to run every month, so it's like working 2 full-time jobs basically. So a lot of times I get to the new year and I see a lot of people posting resolutions like, I really wish I did more this past year. Like, I'm going to do more stuff. I'm going to commit to spending more time on passion projects. And I sit here like all strung out and wicked tired being like, I got to slow down. It's like the exact opposite. I'm like, if I take on any more work, I'm going to die.
You definitely have a very busy schedule.
Yeah. I feel like that's a good one.
Slowing down a little bit was one of them. Not a lot of it, because I still got deadlines to meet and stuff. But also, and this is going to sound real sappy, to make more time for the people I really care about. Because one of the side effects of running 2 businesses on the side that, only have a couple employees, including yourself, is that you got to do all of it. So I'm busy a lot, and that means like my wife doesn't see me as much as she probably should. Same thing with like my family and stuff like that. So this year I'm trying to make time like on the weekends or in the mornings, or whether it's a breakfast here or a lunch there, to make more time for those people.
Yeah, sure. That's a good
really
idea.
Good. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's a good one actually.
Yeah, I like that.
I tried to be healthy. I was like, I'm gonna try and lose some weight. I'm gonna.
Well, that went out the window this evening, Tom.
Yeah, I've eaten terribly this evening, but I mean, I was doing fantastic. I bought these like
so it was me.
weight loss pills called like grenade pills, and I was drinking this stuff called Huel, and I was doing real good. I was like losing weight a little bit, and then I got sick, like really sick last week, and like that's why I'm still coughing today. And like, yeah, it was bad. Yeah, and I was like, I'm not going to be miserable and sick at the same time, so I'm gonna eat what I want.
Comfort food.
And until this cough goes away, I'm just going to carry on eating what I want. So
fair enough.
Watch this space. I will lose weight at some point this year, but I'm going to wait until I'm healthy first.
Well,
that makes good sense.
Mine was to step outside my comfort zone more because, I don't know, I feel like I'm a bit of a scaredy cat.
In what way? What do you mean?
I don't know, I feel quite held back, almost.
I
very
kind
like
of
a very like a nervous person. Like I don't do a lot.
like you're stuck in a routine.
Yeah,
You've kind of done that now. You broke out of your job of like 6 years. How long?
10 years.
10 years in your one.
Yeah, 10.5 years.
So you were in a crappy job for 10 years, and now you've got a new job. That's
Yeah.
pretty out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, that was hell out of my comfort zone.
That's definitely a big change, and I can definitely relate to that, man. I like routine a lot, and I get real comfortable in it. I've been like where I work for my day job. I've been there for 13 years this coming year, and it can be hard to do that sometimes. So that's a really good resolution to have, and honestly, I think that it is so important to challenge yourself, and to kind of take chances. Like I told Jolly this when we were making Blastburn Radio, like when he called me and said, I really want to do this Nuzlocke podcast, but, I don't know, if I can do it, or like, what would you do? And what I told him was take the chance and do it. Like the best thing that you can do is invest in yourself, because nobody is going to invest in you like
exactly.
You. Like, and you have nothing to lose realistically in trying to get something done or improve yourself or try a new thing. The worst that can happen is you find out it's not for you, and you go back to doing what you were doing.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, so that's my New Year's resolution.
I mean, that's pretty good. We talked a bit on the last episode what you were going to do. So, I mean,
I didn't really have one, and then I kind of just thought about it.
Yeah.
Just went for it.
Any plans to go to the movies by yourself yet?
No. Maybe. I don't know. It depends if there's any good movies out.
I always feel like that's hard, going to the movies by yourself. Like you're sitting in the theater and you're like, all these... You don't have the protection of the one person on your left or right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like blocking you from the weirdness of other people.
What if someone starts throwing popcorn?
Exactly. We were just talking about this earlier, how this was such a thing that I feel like is a roadblock for me as well. Like, I don't think I could go to the movies by myself. But I asked my girlfriend, I asked my mum, I asked a few people if they would go by themselves, and they said, absolutely, I would, yeah. And I was like, really? Really? Because
I was the first person that said no.
Yeah, you were the first person to tell me no.
I would not go on my own.
I'm so relieved to hear that I'm not the only one.
I'm right there with you. I don't think I would. I'd have to really, really, really want to see the movie to go by myself. And I don't think that I've hit that level of like hype for a film in a really long time.
I think I would just pester someone though, to be fair. Like, Tom, I'd probably pester you.
Do you know what? I really want to go and watch a horror movie by myself now. Now that we talked about it.
Did we watched a horror movie, just me and you, and we walked out like really terrified.
Oh god, yeah. We went this one time a few years ago, we went and watched Paranormal Activity in the cinema.
We went to watch
Krampus, yeah.
Krampus, that's it.
And it wasn't in, so we watched Paranormal Activity instead.
The whole theatre to ourselves.
Yeah, we walked into the movie and there was nobody there. And nobody else showed up, so the whole movie, it was just me and Matt sat in this
massive
theatre.
Empty space, which was actually quite terrifying.
Yeah, it was really creepy.
I don't do well with horror movies generally, and when I was younger, I knew somebody who worked at the local theater, and they used to do something for their employees where they could go watch films like the night before they came out. Like, so they would just let you basically come in and watch some stuff, and they didn't care if you brought like one or two friends with you. So one night my buddy was like, hey, we're going to watch a bunch of the movies before they come out tomorrow. Do you want to come down? And it was like, a Thursday night or something like that, because movies usually premiere on Friday. And I was like, I got first period off. And we're like, that sounds fine. And I went and I watched a couple films like really, really early in the morning. But the last one we watched was one of the Exorcist movies. And it's like 4 a.m. I'm in a theater with like 2 other people. Man. Watching a really scary movie in the dark. The sun is not up outside and will not be up for many hours. I think I had to leave the theater for a little while to just kind of like breathe. Wow. And the bad thing about that is the theater's completely empty and shut down.
So it doesn't help.
Yes, you just walk.
So it doesn't help. You step outside. and there's just all these dark corners everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It just freaks me out even thinking about it right now.
Oh, man. I love getting scared, though.
I love that, yeah. Like, that would be, like, heaven for me, almost.
Although I spent, like, 300 quid, I don't know how much that is in dollars, like, $400, $500 on a PlayStation VR headset, so I could play horror games in VR.
And you didn't like them?
It's too fucking scary. How do anybody... I can't do it. I tried the other day to put one on because it's been like a year since I played it. And I put the headset on and I was on the loading screen and I got too scared and I couldn't play and I had to put it down. Like, what a waste of money that was.
I sat here and watched a horror film on my own last night.
I don't know. I can't do it on my own. Like you said, you need the emotional support of somebody sat next to you just to get through it.
I just had the Pokemon cushion. That's my emotional support.
Yeah.
If you like getting scared, check out the No Sleep podcast. It's really good. And around Halloween, I was listening to that on my commutes home, which are about an hour and 15 minutes each way. So I'd get out in the dark and throw that on, and then by the time I got home, I was like, I want to be inside, like now.
I love that kind of stuff.
I'm definitely going to check that out.
No Sleep podcast. All right, I'm going to check that out too.
Yeah, it's really good. Very high quality production.
That's good. All right, I'll check that out for sure. Okay, so I got a few questions that Matt and I kind of came up with together. They're like meant to be fast-paced questions. Like I'll ask you, you respond, and we just kind of quickly get through them. There's about 20 of them, maybe less, so it's not too bad. Do you mind if I run you through a few? They're not so much Pokemon related. Some of them are, but a lot of them are just you, so people can get to know you a little bit better. Okay, cool. Sure. So, who is your hero?
Who is my hero? That's a really hard question.
I really shouldn't have led with this one. Yeah, we both said this. Yeah.
you just threw me a real curveball.
Who's somebody you admire or look up to in some way?
In some way. I'm going to say my wife, actually. She published a book this year, and she worked so hard to get it done, and she's so dedicated. Like, we both work on a lot of stuff, but every day she writes for like an hour to 2 hours without fail. Whether she's like sick or not feeling well or anything else, like I am always blown away and amazed by her dedication to her craft.
Really admirable.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Okay, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is fire.
Fire?
I'm terrified of fire.
Really?
Okay.
It's real weird. I've never like had a serious burn, but the thought of burning to death terrifies me, probably more so than anything else.
Wow. So like, I've never spoken to anybody that's had a fear of fire before. So like where does it end? I mean, do you get worried about a bonfire? If somebody's having a bonfire, is that like uncomfortable? Or?
It depends on how close I am and how hot it's burning. I was in Scouts growing up, Boy Scouts of America, and whenever we went camping, there were big bonfires. It was fine. I like the heat from fire. If it's too hot or I'm too close, I get super uncomfortable. And that also translates into the fact that I really don't like taking things in and out of ovens. Even though there's no like fire there, that level of heat makes me incredibly uncomfortable. I have an emergency fire escape ladder in my bedroom upstairs, specifically so I can get out of my house if there's ever a problem.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's
throwing you the odd answers, I guess.
I mean, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool to hear. Like, I've never really thought about it.
It's a different one.
I mean, I'm a chef, so I'm used to having to hold really hot stuff like all the time. Like, so it doesn't really faze me. I didn't really think about how like other people might, react to that sort of thing. It's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you were younger, what did you want to be?
When I was younger, what did I want to be? Here's a fun fact that a lot of people don't know about me. When I was a kid, I was pretty religious, and I'm not now. Like, a lot of stuff happened in my life that kind of pushed me down a different path that I'm not going to get into. But when I was a kid, I really wanted to be a priest because I really liked helping people. I liked talking to people and giving people advice and like helping them through problems. And that was like the role of our local clergy, right? You went to church, and if you had a problem, you could talk to him and you'd say, hey, have you thought about this? You know, obviously there's religious context to that in that environment, but that was the first time in my life that I was like, I could see myself being this. And even though my life didn't go down that path, when I was in college, I was pursuing a degree in psychology specifically so I could be like a counselor, for the same reasons.
That's really cool. So
Yeah.
you just wanted to help people, really. I mean, that's really
Yeah, and I ended up in big business.
Wow. What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon changed in the last year, mostly because of Blastburn Radio. The very first episode of Blastburn Radio, we kind of went through this question, and I said it was Infernape. And there's some fun stories that go along with that. And my least favorite Pokemon was Zubat. And in Series 2, when we were in Gold and Silver, I nearly wiped in our Nuzlocke run in like week 2 to my rival. I accidentally triggered the rival fight by going
That's
too
right.
close to the
I
exit
remember you
gate.
saying this, yeah.
And Zubat quad resisted Bayleaf and saved my run. And then became my most used influential Pokemon in that run. Trask was so good as a Crobat that Crobat is now my favorite Pokemon.
Wow.
I will never think of that Pokemon the same way ever again.
What a redemption story.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
That's
I didn't
great.
know that. I didn't realize that Crobat was your favorite Pokemon. I thought for sure it was just going to be Infernape, but
It's changed this year just because of that story. And, you know, it's really interesting how the stories that come out of Nuzlocke do change your opinions of certain
Yeah.
Pokemon just by virtue of the fact of how they help you or let you get through difficult challenges.
that's really cool.
That's awesome.
So what's your favorite time of year?
My favorite time of year is autumn or fall. I live in New England, and we have a beautiful state full of trees. So autumn is gorgeous. Like, all the trees everywhere are these beautiful yellows and oranges and reds. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. You drive on the highway, and you can see the trees on either side. It's just gorgeous, and it's not too hot, and it's not too cold, and I love it.
That's pretty much the
That's
exact
exactly what
thing
you
I
said,
said.
isn't it?
Yeah. In answer to this question.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I love it. It's my favorite time of the year for sure. Okay, so what's your dream job?
Oh, my dream job is the one that I'm doing part-time. So one of the reasons I started Mythic Portal and started Blastford Radio with Jolly and Rohan was because I work in big business. I work in money, like credit card processing, and specifically not selling people credit cards, but making sure the money gets from place to place, which is actually a really fascinating and ever evolving field. But I tend to feel like it doesn't make anybody happy.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not some people get these services because they need them to facilitate commerce, but they do not get them to feel good. Like, it serves a purpose, but nobody gains enjoyment, like purpose, happiness out of these things. And I decided that I wanted to dedicate my life and my time to doing things that made people smile. And so I started Mythic Portal because I love tabletop gaming. I have my entire life, and I wanted to provide excellent art to people, board games and card games that people could enjoy with their families or their friends. And then later, obviously, the podcasting stuff that we do, we have a wonderful fan base who really enjoys our work. And that means like the world to me. I don't derive a massive amount of like financial satisfaction from doing those things right now, but they both pay for themselves, so I don't have to fund them anymore, which is nice. And I love doing them. If I could do either of those things full time, I absolutely would.
That's great. Yeah, I think
really
I would
good.
be the same way, to be honest. Yeah.
Sure.
Imagine if we did this podcast as our full-time job.
I would love that.
Be easy, wouldn't it? It'd be great. We just
It
sit
just-
and talk and shoot shit, and
Yeah, because we just tend to ramble anyway.
we're terrible for tangent talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we would just have a big long conversation and get paid.
That'd be great.
Okay, so what was the last thing you saw on TV?
The last thing I saw on TV, are we stipulating on the actual television, like live,
No.
or off, like streaming?
No, streaming's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, it's just the last thing you watched, I guess.
It's a combination of two things. It would be Ruby, which is an animated
I
series
know the
from
one.
Rooster
Yeah.
Teeth, which is really, really
I've
good.
never watched it.
It's excellent. The first season is a little hard to get through because they had
The
no
animation,
But-
yeah, it was what throws me off a little bit.
Yeah, but it gets really good. Like if you go look at clips from the current season, it's gorgeous. It's like absolutely
Okay.
gorgeous. And Doctor Who. I love
Wow.
Doctor Who so
I
much.
haven't watched that in years.
No, me neither.
You believe that?
It's so good.
Everyone thinks that everyone in England loves Doctor Who, I think, but I mean,
It's a show that is definitely it has a specific formula that's worked for it forever, and the fact that the show can reinvent itself every couple of years with the arrival of new doctors or new companions means that the show stays familiar but also fresh, and I think that's a lot of the success that they derive from season to season. But I really enjoy it. It's very out there and kind of weird because when it was made, they had no budget, right? But there's a part of me that really, really loves that, and it attracts really good talent today too. Peter Capaldi's run on Doctor Who was phenomenal. Like he was phenomenal, which is no surprise. He's phenomenal in tons of things. But yeah, I could gush about Doctor Who.
I
for
always
hours,
think I
but-
should go back and start that again and just get into it, but I don't know. There's just too many things to watch on TV and not enough time, and I just haven't got around to it yet.
Definitely.
Oh, I hear that. I mean, I don't have abundance of time, so I don't watch a ton of TV, but I try to sneak in what I can.
As soon as David Tennant finished and Matt Smith came in, that's when I lost it. That was years ago now, so
Yeah, that was a while ago.
so long ago. Yeah, so good though. I really enjoyed Doctor Who. Okay, so what is your biggest passion in life? I think we've kind of covered this, but
We probably covered that. I like to help people and make
that's
them
great.
smile.
Okay, so if you had an autobiography, what would it be called?
An alignment of destinies teetering on the edge of disaster.
I really like that.
A comedy autobiography.
I really, really like that. That's really good.
That's great. Okay, what is the most expensive Pokemon-related thing you've ever bought?
Ooh.
Good Lord, that is a very good question. I am gonna say if it's not like a full price video game like Let's Go was, it's gonna be. I got Jolly a Guzma sweatshirt.
Oh, cool.
This past year when it went up at the Pokemon Center store because he really loves Guzma from Sun and Moon, and I surprised him with that. He was kind of down, and I went on and just kind of ninja bought it and had it shipped to him and told his wife, but didn't tell him.
Wow.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then it came in, he was super pumped.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, how much was that? Was that expensive?
It's clothing, and clothing always runs the expensive side. So
Yeah.
it runs about, like I said, about the price of a game. But I don't know the exact cost at this point. But I think that was probably it.
Okay, tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Yeah.
Same with me. I don't think I could get through a day without it.
Yeah.
I didn't drink coffee until 2 years ago, and now I drink it a lot. It's actually weird how it came around. I never drank coffee at all. Any caffeine, actually, other than coffee. I'll drink fruit juice and I drink water, and that's it. I don't drink soda, like anything carbonated. I'll have like alcohol occasionally, but not often. And I was diagnosed 2 years ago with sleep apnea, so I can't breathe when I sleep.
Oh.
And I didn't know that like right away. I just knew that I was getting really tired. I was having trouble staying awake. And if you've never had to go through this, where you have to get an appointment with like a specialist, especially here in the United States, it takes a long time. It took them almost a month to get me in for the appropriate testing, because they won't just give you a CPAP machine if you don't need it. They're expensive. They're like several $100s. And as a result, like I still had to go to work. Like I need health insurance. I got to pay bills and my mortgage and everything else. And so I was going to work, and for the first time in my life, I was drinking coffee, and I was drinking 4 to 5 cups a day just to stay awake.
Ouch.
And after all this was resolved, I had just gotten so much in the habit of drinking coffee that I continue to drink coffee. I don't drink as much of it, but I still drink it. And I actually really like it now. When I started, I didn't. I hated drinking coffee. I was like, ugh, so bitter. Like, don't want any. But now I actually kind of like it. I can't drink it black, but
I love black coffee.
I really enjoy coffee a whole bunch.
In any way, shape, or form, it is sweet, sweet nectar.
I quit smoking 3 years ago, and I just kind of miss that black coffee and a cigarette kind of feeling in the morning when you feel a bit shitty. And like,
I gave up smoking like 6 months ago after smoking for 14 years. Oh.
Well, congratulations, you guys. That's hard to do.
I wish I could quit sugar like I quit smoking, though. Oh my god.
So sugar, the bane of my weight loss goals.
Yeah, but there's like sugar in everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's unavoidable, I swear to God. Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? I'm actually going to say that's Hot Fuzz.
Really? Hot Fuzz?
That's
fantastic
a good film.
That's so good.
Film.
I really like Hot Fuzz. It's so funny and it's so charming. It has some of the best lines in it, and every time I watch it, I just smile.
I didn't realize it was like a thing outside of the UK, because it's such a British film.
It is quite British, I'm quite surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. We just did a culling this year of our film collection, because we bought a house last year, and we were like, okay, what are we keeping? And what are we donating? And it was in the absolute have to keep pile for both my wife and I. We both love
that's so cool.
That's awesome.
Okay, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I mean, it'd be a short life, but it'd be pizza.
That's what we had tonight and last night, and I think I had that the night before. Yeah.
Pizza is like the best. Very good choice.
I love pizza so much.
Is it like a Domino's pizza or like a Papa John's or?
No, I live in a place that has like a lot of local pizza places as well as some chain stuff, and I actually like different pizza, different places. Like if I want to get a pepperoni pizza, I'm gonna get it from this local place that's been in business for like X amount of years. Makes the best like Greek style pepperoni pizza out there. But if I want just like a cheese pizza, I'm going to go to a different place. If I want a bacon pizza, there's a place like 5 minutes from my house that makes phenomenally amazing bacon.
Seems like the variety of pizzas.
You're like the connoisseur of pizza.
Yeah, like a pizza connoisseur. That's cool.
Yeah, I gotta find the right pizza for the right place, because everybody does things a little differently. And you got to savor that flavor.
You really know your pizza.
And where we live, like the chains just seem to take down the small businesses, don't they?
It is just like Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah. That's
it. That's your free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're basically the same.
I don't mind. Domino's is pretty good. They didn't used to be. They're a lot better. And if I'm gonna get pizza from Domino's, it's their like New York style, Brooklyn style pizza with the big foldable slices. I really like that from them.
Thing is it's so much more expensive in the UK. I visited the US last year, and it's the same amount in dollars as it is in pounds over here. So I mean, when you work it out, like here it's about £16 for a pizza.
Yeah.
A large pizza, but it's about $16, maybe even less in the
Really?
US. I don't know how much a large Domino's pizza is, but like it's a lot cheaper. It's so much better value for money. I remember.
Yeah, you can get an extra large pizza before delivery for like $18 or less. And that's like 16
some
inches.
pizzas are like capping like almost £20.
Yeah.
Which like I'm just gonna quickly Google how much £20 is in dollars.
It's about $26 to $28. Yeah. So I mean,
yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot for pizza.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like,
so £20 in dollars is $25.80.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. So like, there's like in our country, like you wouldn't get Domino's unless you had a discount voucher somewhere.
Do you guys? Question for you guys: do you guys have a bread maker?
I don't, but I've just bought a book on making bread from scratch, and I'm going to be starting that soon.
Don't have a bread maker, but I make bread from scratch.
You do?
Yeah.
So I have a recipe for pizza dough that has Parmesan cheese in the crust, and it is so good.
That sounds amazing.
That does sound really nice.
I will happily send it.
Oh, please do. Yeah, I'd love to.
If you could send that over, that would be absolutely amazing.
We could share that around.
I definitely will. I gotta go find it in my my little book of notes, but I'll get it for you and send it over.
I really appreciate that.
Okay, I've only got a few more questions left. These are a bit more Pokemon related, though. Okay. Would you rather fight one Rhydon-sized Joltik or 100 Joltik-sized Rhydon?
Oh my goodness!
I love this question so much.
I think 100 small
That's
Rhydons.
what we said. Yeah,
that's what I picked.
Look, guys. I mean, I said that the thing that scares me the most is fire. Spiders are like up in the top 5.
Imagine how big that would be.
Yeah, and it's got those compound eyes. God.
At least you could step on the Rhydon. I mean, when they're tiny.
You just imagine like 100 Rhydon just like scrambling at your feet.
You can rake them up.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad we're all in consensus on this one. Okay. What is your favorite Pokemon type?
My favorite Pokemon type is Poison.
Okay.
It's
got to go along with Crobat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not entirely the whole reason, though. Poison as a typing, I think, is highly underappreciated, and there are a lot of really well designed, at least from a visual standpoint, Poison Pokemon that I think are really cool, and I really like using them. It's a lot of fun. I'm actually doing a run right now on stream, which I have to get back to. We've been real busy, but I'm doing a Poison Monotype Let's Go run. Because Kanto has so many poison Pokemon. It's going to be a good time. I let the community vote on who got slots on the team.
Who's the MVP on that team then?
It's right now it's early. We just hit Misty.
Okay.
But when it's time, I think it's going to be it's such a hard decision.
I don't know. I can't remember any poison types that are in Gen 1 anymore, other than Weezing and Arbok.
Well, it's
Venus.
Weezing, Arbok, Muck, Venusaur, Victory Bell,
Vile. There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Tentacruel, Venomoth. There's a lot of that stuff. It's going to be real good. It's probably going to be my grass type.
Yeah.
Grass that puts in a lot of work.
I would run a Mega Beedrill, for sure. Mega Beedrill.
Yeah, you can't get that Mega till the end, but I'm real excited for that. I love Mega Beedrill.
I prefer it to Venusaur, I think, if I had to pick a poison type Mega.
Mega Venusaur is so like fat.
Yeah.
You can't kill that damn thing.
That's true, yeah. I suppose, yeah, Beedrill's so fragile, but it has that incredible attack stat, so I mean...
Yeah, you caught me flat-footed there. I'm like thinking about it and who's on the team, and I'm like, oh, they're all going to be good at different points, and it's too early for me to tell you who's like overperforming right now. Like, I just fought Brock, and that's a piece of cake.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm trying to think as well. I mean, I know Oddish would be amazing, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one I did of Let's Go, I had a Clefable, a Vileplume, a Lapras, a Rapidash. It was all like really cutesy stuff. And Vileplume put in work.
Yeah.
Like, so much work. I love Vileplume so much.
Okay, so if you could live in any Pokemon region, where would you live?
Where would I live? Not Alola. It's too hot there. Islands. No offense, guys. Do not do me a kindness most of the time. At least not of the tropical variety. It would not be Unova, because if you listen to the podcast, you know my feelings on Unova. It's a weird place.
Yeah, neither do we. It's okay.
I think it would be Sinnoh.
Okay.
Honestly. I live in a place that has a variety of biomes. It's cold up here, but we have mountains and we have forests and, you know, rivers and lakes and like all that stuff. And I think Sinnoh has a lot of variety in its ecology, and it's got those really nice lakefront areas to spend your downtime.
That is true. Yeah. You have Snow Point and Sunny Shore, and they're all different. They're all so different, but you get a bit of everything in each place. So
yeah, that's a good choice.
We both said Johto,
yeah,
didn't we?
we picked Johto.
Johto was my close second.
It's got
absolutely.
That old
because
kind of feel to it, but like, yeah, it's kind of like an old historical place, but it's also got like so much nice places. Like, I'd love to go to Cianwood, and
oh yeah, like Johto's a really beautiful region too, and it's got the train. So if you want to hop over to Kanto, you can.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Very true.
I like. Okay, so speaking of Johto, in the next Let's Go series, do you think it will be Let's Go Gold and Let's Go Silver, or do you think it will be Let's Go Marill and Let's Go Togepi?
Oh, it's got to be Marill and Togepi.
So you on with Marill and Togepi as well. I didn't know if maybe you had like another pair that might have been the mascots, but I feel like it has to be Marill and Togepi.
Yeah, I think
if they're choosing regional like Pokemon for these, I think it's got to be Marill and Togepi. Like, they set up Marill to be the new Pikachu when they released Gold and Silver, like, clearly. And Togepi's super iconic from that generation, and is super cute. And Let's Go, like, hammered down on the cuteness factor.
That's so true. So, which one would you go for?
If we got like the full evolutionary, we wouldn't, because they probably wouldn't.
No, they'd be cutesy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I would probably do Togepi, because there's something really, really amusing about having a baby murder egg. It's like got the best
never thought of it
like
that before,
stats.
but actually, that's hilarious. Baby murder egg.
Yeah.
It's a baby murder egg. If it's anything like the Eevees and the Pikachus were set up in Let's Go, it would dominate.
Oh my God, you
things.
If that ever gets released, like, I'm gonna nickname it Baby Murder Egg.
Baby murder egg, and you got to leave metronome on it the whole playthrough, because whatever it pulls out of there is going to be amazing.
Oh man. Okay, so my Heart Gold Soul Silver run is going to be Pair Time and Baby Murder Egg.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking forward to this.
Pair Time and Baby Murder Egg.
Oh man, you imagine a 6 IV, just like incredible buff Togepi. This like
hysterical.
Just imagine this swole Togepi, like a really muscly like murder egg.
Yeah, just like tank.
The visual is crazy. I'm sorry, Matt. You go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's just a tank Togepi.
Tankopy.
Tankopy, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Tankopy.
All right. I got one last question for you. Okay, so if you could change anything about Blastburn Radio, what would you change?
If I could change anything about Blasphemy Radio, what would I change? I mean, it's going to sound like a cop-out, but I don't think anything. Like, we changed the show, like, every season. And we're always iterating to make it better. Like, we learn things from season to season. And then we have a whole meeting about it. Like, no joke. We sit down. We just did. Have a business meeting to say, what was good about last season? What was bad? And what can we do better? And then we do those things. So anything that I feel needs to be changed will be changed in a couple weeks when we do Heart Gold Soul Silver. So it's probably a moot point. There's definitely a discussion that I want to have with Jolly about our point systems for legendaries. In the point system that we have, KOing a legendary gives you like 40 points. But a lot of times, by the time we can actually go face them, we play it really safe and come in and KO them from safety. Like, we're 10, 15 levels over them, and then we just hydro pump Ho-Oh to death. And the danger isn't there to necessitate the points, and we want to figure out a way to make that a little more risky and interesting, because points in any game, points should always have inherent value for something done or for risk taken, and that's more interesting for the viewer too, because we have people watching, right? They want to know if you come up against this Ho-Oh, if it's going to wreck your team because it's got great stats, and we don't get that when we're super buff and just decimating it. Doesn't make it feel like a legend at that point.
I suppose if you just knock it out in one hit and it's easy, then it's not really a challenge.
Yeah, it kind of takes away from the mystique.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, so I've only got one last little thing for us to go through before we wrap up the show. And so Matt and I have both come up with our own Pokemon app game ideas, and we're going to pitch them to you, and you've got to tell us which one your favorite is.
Oh, man. All right.
Okay. So,
let's do it.
I'll start with mine. So, are you two familiar with the game Plague Inc.?
Yes.
Plague?
Yeah.
It's the
vaguely.
one where you...
It's the one where you make
your own virus, and then, you slowly take over the world. You take it down just by evolving and adapting your virus. Okay, so imagine... Okay, our world as we know it now, there's no Pokemon, but you've suddenly got a Pokemon. Okay, and you can use it in any way you like. You can choose to follow a good path, or you can follow a bad path. So I'm going to take Bulbasaur, for example. You could take it down a path of teaching it a move like growth, and you could help it, create a nice world to live in. You could plant trees, you could create a nice world and make the world a better place. Or you could go down the dark path, where you could teach it poison or sleep to make people sleepy and less productive. And then you could shut down the economy, and slowly you evolve it into a Venusaur. Suddenly you're causing mass pandemic, you're poisoning everybody. Eventually you'll wipe out the whole planet and you become a god with your Venusaur.
That's really dark.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. I mean, your Pokemon aren't going to pay for this idea.
Wow.
That's my idea. Okay, you can either be a good guy or you can be a bad guy, but you're taking over the Pokemon world no matter what.
Put a lot of thought into this.
I haven't been playing Plague lately.
I just downloaded it onto my phone as well.
I fucking hate that game. I can't win. Okay, Matt, what's your game?
So mine was like an RPG game. So it's like an ugly Feebas, a weak Magikarp, and a shy Wimpod on a Wizard of Oz style journey to better themselves.
So the Wizard of Oz, but with fish Pokemon.
Yeah, with fish Pokemon, yeah. Basically.
Okay. Of those two, the whole Wizard of Oz pitch.
Yes.
I just want to see them arm in arm skipping down the yellow brick road.
Or like splashing down the yellow brick road.
An ugly Feebas, a weak Magikarp, and a shy Wimpod.
Yeah, just splashing down the yellow brick road.
But to be fair, Tom, the thought of destroying the world with a Stunfisk does really amuse me.
Oh my god, you imagine that weird, like, flat electric thing?
Face.
Yeah?
Disapproving. On every screen in the world. commanding the people.
I love it. Okay, yeah, I think the Wizard of Oz is a winner.
Yeah, I think that was quite amusing.
Okay, cool. So, Mez, where can people find you if they want to hit you up or, catch whatever you're up to?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to give you a bunch of information because we do lots of stuff. You can always follow me on Twitter at MeserEngine. Real easy to find me. You can also follow Blastburn Radio at Blastburn Radio. That way you can keep up with what we're up to and what we're doing and what we're talking about, which is super cool. Blastburn Radio can be found on pretty much any podcatcher you choose. We're in all the normal places: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, all the places. We're even on Podknife. So definitely go check that out. We're actually looking at getting on Pandora too here soon. And in that feed, you can totally catch our main show and our new role-playing show, Blastburn Radio Adventures. And if you are interested in the Draft League, the Podcasters Draft League, I may or may not have mentioned earlier, that's the thing. We have a Draft League, you guys. You can check out the UPPL at... Where are you? New Twitter addresses at official UPPL.
Oh, great. Oh, thanks very much.
Awesome.
Cool. You can find us guys at Pokemon Payday pretty much anywhere. We're on Twitter, Instagram. We've even got Twitch. At some point, we're going to be using Twitch, aren't we?
Yeah, we will do eventually.
When we get time.
Yeah.
But yeah, email the show at PokemonPayday@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Yeah, thanks so much, Mess, for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks very much.
No, thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
It was really great to have you on. Thanks so much. Yeah, for being our first ever guest.
Yeah, I'm super pumped about that. I didn't realize I was going to be the very first. I figured you had just a pile of people. You were like, get these dudes in.
Well, I've got a few people in mind, but I wanted Blastburn to be the first guest, so I was so happy it could have been you as well.
I am so honored, dude. Thank you, not only for having me on, but for being members of our community and always supporting us. It means the literal world.
Thanks so much,
sir.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting Jolly and Celeste on here at some point, but at some point in the near future for sure.
Yeah, they'll definitely jump on that. Maybe scheduling's a little bit of a nightmare, but I'm sure they'll make it work.
Exactly. We'll get around it. We'll find out a way somehow. Cool. So our next episode is scheduled for the 22nd of February, unless we get another episode in at some point before then, but...
I'm sure we might sneak a small one in at some point.
A small one, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll see how we go.
Anyway, guys, thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you in about a month or so.
Yeah.
Cool. Catch you later.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.